Fast guys do these things well. If you're not fast, let's learn how to do these things better. And, you know, I'm here to tell you, you know, that slow guys can get good at these exercises. And when they do, they get fast. So let's start with jumps and bounds, of course, because jumping and bounding it's like the same coin as sprinting, but it's just the other side. So let's start with pogo jumps. Basically, this is a real bouncy jump, relatively straight-legged, absorbing tons of force, and then generating tons of force in a nanosecond. Here's at full speed.
Go.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. Love it. Again, all 5 of these guys are all staters, you know, like really elite quality high school athletes. Marcellus is in the white t-shirt there. And of course, he state record in Illinois. And this past year at Purdue, Marcellus ran 10.12 and he was only 18. 18-year-old kid running 10.12. That's number 2 in the world for under 20. Fast people do box jumps well. Here is another fast guy that I had about 20 years ago, and he's going to show you box jumps, and then he's going to do some single-legged box jumps, which is probably one of the most advanced things we do. Bounce, bounce. I hope you understand that we don't need to time this kid to say he's fast. That the ability to bounce like this, and this is really good at single leg, the ability to jump like this will translate to speed. There are no slow athletes that can do these things. So if you have a slow athlete, let's get better at this stuff. Here's some power bounds. What I want you to do with this is watch the incredible split of the femurs that happen when these guys bound. You know, we said that optimum is like 105 degrees. I think these guys are going about 140 degrees. So we're exaggerating the split of the femurs. And I just think this really, it just passes the eye test. We're trying to go high. We're trying to go far. We're trying to be explosive. Now, we have very long ground contact times here, but we trade off. You know, this is a range of motion power drill. This is not high-speed sprinting. But once again, I've never seen anybody, the guy closest to us, that's my fastest guy, Lavelle Patterson this year. I've never seen guys who could do this really well but couldn't sprint. Here's some more bounding things. Sometimes we do speed bounds. The last thing we showed you was a power bound. But a speed bound is when we try to snap that leg through faster. And instead of trying to go as high and far as we can, we're trying to ramp up the frequency of our strides. Snap, snap, snap. It's actually a high bound. Sometimes we go high. Next, I think he's going to do a speed bound. If you really want to change things, measure it. Just like if you want guys to run fast, time it. If you really want to change things, video as well. So here we're going to do video, and we have like cones at 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 meters. And we're going to see how far he's going. 2-legged or 2-foot start right up to the line. And by the way, this is kind of interesting too. If you walk into an X Factor workout of ours, it's basically a couple guys doing something and everybody else watching. So our dosage is just so low. But anyway, check this out. Nobody gives you a bad effort when you measure the effort and video the effort. Oh, and then if you measure it and then record it and rank it and publish it and then put this video out on Twitter later that night, I mean, that's a maximum effort there. I mean, he probably set his personal record. I know he did. And we're constantly trying to push that envelope, like how can we affect performance? Feed the Cats is a performance-based program. It's not a hard work program. It's a performance racehorse type program. You can add, besides video and measurement, you can do a third thing. And the third thing is competition. So here we have two guys. They should be leaving at about the same time. They don't, but it still works. Here they're doing single-legged bounds. And so we said, okay, let's do 5 single-legged bounds, and then we'll measure it. If you think slow people can do this well, you're crazy. They can't do that well. So we are working very hard at getting better at these things. You can do upward bounding. I don't know who this cat is. I think it's over in Europe or something. But I was just so impressed with the video that I copied it. And but one thing for sure, I may not know where he is or who he is, but this guy's fast. When I think of all those people that are living in weight rooms around the country, and acting like, oh yeah, we can get fast by lifting, and they're not doing any time sprints or no speed days, no X Factor days, I just shake my head. You want all your athletes to get better at things like this. This is kind of fun. We'd never done this before, but we were outside, we're under the lights this year, COVID shit, and so the white area of the end zone here is 75 inches. So we just said, hey, you gotta jump over the white. Just to me, it passes the eye test. This is a very athletic move. Lavelle's in the blue sweats there. I think he went maybe 4 feet past the white. So that would be like a 10'3" jump. Yeah, anything over 10 foot in the standing long jump means that you're probably faster than hell. Okay, booms. This is more of a mechanics thing and a rhythm thing. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The knee comes high on every, it's not like high, low, low, high. No, you want all three to be high, same height. Here's an 11-year-old girl. Boom, boom, boom. She's so good. I call that being snappy. That stretch and elastic thing, like she just got great rubber bands, and so let's train that snappiness. Here's Michael doing boom boom booms. Boom boom boom. That pause is really important because there's a wobble that the body has to fight, and that's a good thing. Fight the wobble. Here's boom booms. Pause. Boom boom. Pause. Good hands. So then you have to do with the other leg, boom booms. Sometimes we only do the boom boom booms. Sometimes we do the whole series. Here's singles. Snap. Snap. Fight the wobble. Pause. Okay, that very elastic girl again. Boom, boom. 11 years old. probably like to see more of a pause. It's so important too. I was working with a group down in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I always put the best person I can find out in front of the group to demonstrate, because we really learn by imitating excellence. I mean, we've done that since we were babies. We watch somebody do something good, and then we imitate it, and that's how we get better. So make sure as a coach you're constantly looking to put your best person out in front of the group, like I did here, to try to get the rest of the group to get better. Wickets. So here's wickets, space at 6 foot, and they're 6 inches tall, and we got a full run in. I'm not an acceleration wickets guy. Good coaches do it all the time, but I don't do it. We're always at top speed. There's not a sprint coach I know that does not do wickets. I mean, it's just a staple of every program. Now, what we do is a little bit different, though. And now notice the guys down there in line, and they got what, a 20-meter run in probably, and we're going to get to top speed. And notice this time we've laid down the wickets. We're still at 6 feet. We've laid down the wickets because I found that kids will still go over them like they're a normal barrier, and a normal, in their mind they still see 6 inches, but they're laying down, and nobody's going to knock them all over and mess up the drill. Super high speed, and then we're going to separate the upper body from the lower body to better hardwire the lower body. And the other thing this will do is improve our lateral sling. Sprinting is a great core exercise. First of all, it's the best. We are stable in the core while our arms and legs are going at 100 miles an hour. Well, when we take our arms out of it, the core has to even work harder because it doesn't have any help from the arms. So it's like double core work. So now we're going to, you didn't see this, but he sprinted into this using full arms. And then he threw his arms as high as they can go right before he got to the first hurdle. Then we're going to do something else. Once again, we sprinted in. You see the guys way back there. He sprinted all the way in. He doesn't have his arms out like an airplane yet. Now we go pistol. Once again, he went, he did not start doing the pistol until he got to the first hurdle. And then we're going to do hugs. Once again, full sprint to run in, full speed. Very good. And then the last thing we're going to do is raise the roof. Full speed run in. So we have separated the upper body from the lower body on all those exercises. And then, this is kind of fun, on the 7th run, we put the arms back in. And when we do that, the brain is just happy because now everything feels normal again. And it may just be me, there's no way to test this, but I think the arms become even more important to us now, and the arms are improved by taking them away and then putting them back in. Once again, you see the big split, like 105 degrees, with the majority of that angle being in front. That means this is good front side mechanics. Is the knee up, foot in front of the body, of course. The hand, the elbow to the sky. He's tall. This just totally passes the eye test. And this is why we do wickets. And this is my 3-year-old grandson last year going over it. I don't know if you can tell, but with a very joyous look on his face. And even for Kendrick, a 3-year-old, going over this wicket caused him to get very big in the front and short in the back, and the split, it looks like about 130 degrees with his femurs. So this is why we do it. If you want to change wickets, time it. Here we're doing a 10-meter fly or a 10-yard fly, doesn't matter. And when you time something, I guess we're video too. Timing and video will make a guy who might give you a 90% effort give you 100% effort. Another thing you can do is competition. You could do the trifecta. You could do competition, time, and video. We're constantly looking for ways to juice up our performance, and we're never trying to get tired in practice, ever. Show you again. This is something we did. We actually moved the wickets closer together. We moved them to 5 feet instead of 6. And it's kind of fun. This is like the week of the state meet. A couple days later, Marcel set his state record in the 100 meters, and we broke the 4x1 record in the state of Illinois. And we were just wanting to have fun. We were wanting to be on a soft surface because, state meet was that week. And so we timed wickets on this day. And then somebody said, "Coach, can we have competition wickets?" Man, anytime a kid comes up with a suggestion like that, you say, "Hell yeah." And they just have a great time. That was in the red. The guy was our leadoff on our 4x1. Then Marcellus was the anchor. I'll show it to you again. I mean, anytime you can get guys to give you efforts like that, and everybody's having fun and they're competing and stuff, you are feeding the cats.